The next topic we're going to discuss on Boxing Bros is Showtime Shawn Porter. He made some comments that we found interesting and we're going to discuss. Showtime Shawn Porter said, when I analyzed that fight, talking about the fight between Errol Spence and Terence Crawford, he said, when I analyze that fight, I take a look at the fighters and what they bring to the ring. That's a fight I think Terence Crawford could win and will win. Porter told host Dan Rayfield, a BoxingScene.com contributor and former ESPN.com writer. That's news. I didn't know Dan Rayfield's done with ESPN. I think that Terence I think he's a more intelligent fighter in the ring. I think that he has more experience than Errol Spence. And I think that he's been a champion. He's been in the championship arena longer than Errol. And I think that you take those things into account. So, Trill, what's your thoughts on Showtime Shawn Porter saying that he feels Terence Crawford would beat Errol Spence Jr. and that he's a more intelligent fighter?
I don't mean to sound like a jerk, but he seems butthurt. Like this, like not for real. Like we done seen this with him before. After he's been in a fight with somebody, he discredits them. Either did this before the other fighters, including Danny, you know? So him saying this about Earl, you know, I can see it. Because you lost. You know what I'm saying? You lost and you feeling a certain type of way. You know what I'm saying? Okay, I get it. Now, you've been in there longer than Earl in these same things that you said about Terence Crawford. You have these same accolades, and he beat you. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that Earl's going to win that fight. I'm just saying, like, come on, Shawn, be neutral. Be neutral. You know what I'm saying? He just sounds a little butthurt to me, that's all. With all due respect.
All right, G?
Yeah, in regards to what Porter was saying, I agree in part, but disagree in part. So the points about TC being, a smarter fighter in the ring, I agree with that, right? He is a switch hitter, so that is a plus. However, we know Errol Spence is a dog, so he's gonna fight, right? So with me, my issue with Spence would be his weight loss process for the fight. If he's taking his diet real serious, then I know he'll have the energy and the power behind his punches. But if he's trying to like drain weight last minute and stuff, then it's gonna show in that fight. But I'm hoping he's taking that fight extremely serious. Now, in regards to Porter talking about, oh, well, TC's been a champion longer and all of that stuff, I don't even think that even matters because, again, Spence fought in Dallas, Texas, in front of a large Mexican crowd when he fought Mikey Garcia. And when he went to England, he fought against a booing crowd supporting Kell Brook. So to me, I don't think that even plays a factor in this fight. And finally, though, in that same article, I do remember it saying that if TC doesn't take the Spence fight next, then he's going to fight Kell Brook. Now, I know Kell Brook only had one fight in the last, in probably the last 2 years. And so they're probably thinking, Kell Brook is an easy cherry, right? However, Special K might pull out the upset. And so to me,
oh wow.
Okay. He might. He just might,
I agree. I'm just saying, I'm shocked that you agree.
Nah, real rap. You know what I mean? Like think about it. Kell Brook is also a technical fighter, and he's pretty sharp. Now I know he's been inactive and he got some eye injuries, but if this is the Kell Brook of old, this might be an upset. And so if TC has to lose an O, I think it should be to Spence. So, and not to mention, I think Spence, especially coming off of the car accident, this might be the easiest route for TC. So I think TC should definitely put all his energy, everything into the fight with Spence, even if he has to be the B side and all that good stuff.
Yeah, so there are a number of things. I'll start off with this. I I agree. I think that Terence Crawford is a more intelligent boxer than Errol Spence. However, there's more to intellect in the boxing ring. When you have someone who's big and strong and can match you in speed, I'm not saying he's as fast as Terence Crawford, but he's fast enough and he has good timing. So you have a scenario where he can have the intelligence, but what is that going to mean? Errol Spence may not have been fighting as long, but he has a better resume. He was in the Olympics. He beat guys like Kell Brook. And we're talking about when Errol Spence beat Kell Brook, he took the title from Kell Brook. And now we're talking about Terence Crawford just about to fight him now. And Terence Crawford was downplaying Kell Brook, saying, you know, it was a terrible fight and he wasn't worthy. But you see why you don't trash talk people and you don't put them down like that? Because you just disrespected your own opponent. Now, even if you beat Kell Brook, I could just go run the tape of what you said about Kell Brook before you even fought him to discredit your win. I won't even have to say a word. But in actuality, I said it before and I'll say it again. To me, Kell Brook would be the most impressive win on his resume. It would be. And Errol Spence did that years ago. So Errol Spence beat Kell Brook, Mikey Garcia, Lamont Peterson. He beat Shawn Porter. Those are guys that Terence Crawford didn't beat. What's funny is this. Shawn Porter predicts that Terence Crawford would beat Errol Spence. Who would he pick if you asked if you said, Shawn Porter, who would win out of you and Terence Crawford? I bet you'd pick himself. Mm-hmm. So you're picking the guy you never even fought over the guy you've been in the ring with who put you on your behind? That's who you picking? Just because you think he's more intelligent? Not because of his resume? You didn't give any reason. A better reason would have been like, Earl was just in a car accident. I don't know how he's going to come back. You didn't even get that as a reason.
But
the reason is he's more intelligent. And like Trill said, I bet Shawn Porter would say he's more intelligent in the ring. He has a higher fighting IQ than Errol Spence. So how that help you?
Exactly.
Like realistically, Trill hit the nail on the head for me. Shawn Porter's a guy who holds resentment. Even with Danny Garcia, I think he knows in his heart of hearts that he didn't win that fight. So he predicted Adrian Granados was going to beat Danny Garcia. He was like, oh, this is going to be a tougher fight than people think. And he said this. Pull up the tapes. He said Adrian Granados was a harder fight for him than Danny Garcia. That's what he said. So now he's saying that Terence Crawford can beat Errol Spence. If there's one good takeaway from this, at least you can dead this across the street stuff. Because the company man, the PBC man, the man who's on the PBC show wearing leprechaun suits predicted the top-ranked fighter would beat the top welterweight that beat him. So I guess this across the street, the stuff ain't all it's cracked up to be. Go ahead, Tro. You got something to say?
I don't got nothing to say. You done hit the nail right on the head, man. You got something to say, G?
Hey, man, listen. Ever since Deontay Wilder picked Spence over Porter, Porter ain't never been the same, man.
He need a better tailor. That's his problem. He need a better tailor. Please like and subscribe. Check us out on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. It's the Boxer Bros.
We getting it feeling like